Hello, ladies and gentlemen, guerrilla marketers. This video is for you, and I've created a special little tool that will help keep you focused and stick to a format whenever you're writing an article. And you're going to see it on this post here: guerrilla marketing service descriptions and website submissions. So I'm making this little video specifically just for this tool, so that you know how to use it. Now, if you're not familiar with Google keyword research, you can click on this and watch this amazing video made by yours truly on how to use the Google Keyword Planner to find keyword search results that people are actually looking for. So you could watch that video there. But after you get your words, after you get your keyword phrases, we're going to concentrate on the top 4 keyword phrases. And if you already know what they are, go ahead and enter them there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter 4 keyword phrases. Web development strategy. And you'll notice whenever you start typing web, see how it's red there? Well, that means that you don't have enough in there. So what we want to do is make sure that we get enough of a sentence in our keywords so that we have a chance of indexing. So we'll use website designer here, and then maybe copy how to build websites there, and then finally our 4th keyword, our main keyword, will be web development and design. Okay, so this is what we have, and you notice that they're all green, so we have enough text in there. Okay, so basically what we're just going to do is hit submit. So we've done our keyword research and we hit submit. Now, creating a title. Creating a title is probably the most important part of your post, whether it be for a product or a service that you offer or just an article in general. Okay, you want to input at least 59 characters in your title. There's 70 characters max, okay, that you can use. And from your keywords that you've entered, I dynamically generated 6 different possible titles that you can use. And so depending on what you want to rank for, maybe you want to rank for a web development strategy. The first 59 characters are the most important. Okay. Now Google does index the rest of these after this, but the very first part, this is the most important part, the first 59 characters. Okay. But you have that other real estate, so don't just say, well, I'll put in the first 55 characters, because that's just a bad practice. What you want to do is you want to use up all of that space. Okay, so you can actually copy this, and you want to be specific. Use up to 59 characters, 70 max, first 55 are the most important. So I'm going to paste that in there, right? And you see when it turns green, you can see how many characters I've used. 63 out of 70 on my real estate here. Okay. I could actually, web development strategy, website designer, how to build websites. I could actually say learn free or whatever, but I'm just going to keep it at that. Okay, we're going to actually post this article to Google at the end of this so you can see how this tool works for you. Okay, so we're going to submit that title. All right, now right away, here's my title in the yellow: web development strategy, website designer, how to build websites. So in 3 short sentences, we want to tell me what your post is going to be about. The first sentence should contain main words from your title, and you'll notice that it's already in there. Web development strategy, see? Very first keyword. Okay? Try to keep the sentences short and in the green. You'll notice when we start typing, you'll get the green light, red light thing. Okay, you may have to adjust this first sentence because you have to use proper punctuation, capitalization. So this is going to be a short paragraph and intro for your post. So write like a 4th grader, at least an 8th grader can understand it. So here's the keyword phrases that we have: web development strategy, website designer, how to build websites. So my first sentence, I've already made it for the sake of time. I'm going to enter in, web development strategy is the art of website marketing, right? And then my second sentence is going to read: a web designer will create a design for your website. See how simple that is? Even a 4th grader or an 8th grader can understand it, right? They will give you the design. They will give the design to a developer who creates it. Okay? Very simple, and you see I'm coming very close to the 59 limit each time. But it's very simple. So he clicks submit, right? So as the article begins to build, you're going to see it in gray up here. Okay? So now let's make up some questions or statements that we want to include. And once again, I have your keyword phrases right here that you said that you want to rank for, right? So that we can put them in the form of a question. For instance, our first question can be, what is web development strategy? And then maybe we'll make another question. We'll say, what does a web designer give to a developer? Okay? Maybe our third one we're just going to use as a heading. We're going to say, how to build websites, right? Because that's one of our keyword phrases. And then maybe just another subheading, web development and design. So these could be made for products, how do I use this product, or maybe a service, like how long does it take to respond to a service call, this, that, and the other. And you can see I'm not using up very much real estate, but that's okay. I could go back after you're all done. You're going to have the opportunity to elaborate more. It's not like this is written in stone. This is just to keep you focused on short sentences and so on. These are going to be subheadings like H2 tags within your article. So you just click submit. Okay, so now we're taking a look at our article. We see that it's looking pretty good. So we're going to describe in detail only about the first heading called What is Web Development Strategy? We're going to make each one of these paragraphs 4 sentences. So the first sentence, I'm going to go ahead and put in here that web development strategy is to be flexible to change, right? So, and then my second sentence is going to be copy. These methods can be implemented via e-commerce or blogging. Now, you'll notice here that I got a little bit too much. Okay, these methods can be implemented via e-commerce or blogging. So let me say we'll change this to strategies. Can be implemented via e-commerce or blogging. Okay? And then for our third sentence, we're going to come in here. We're going to say, web development strategy includes many things from the web. And then social media and backlinking are important strategies. Okay? All right? So pretty basic, but that's the way we want to keep it. Okay? And we're going to hit submit. Now we want to elaborate on the next keyword phrase of the question that we come up with. It is what does a web designer give to a web developer? Okay, so here we will put in our sentences. A website designer will give a web developer graphics. Okay, and the graphics will show how the website should look. And then we'll go on to down here if I get my mouse to work. The website designer will also provide any fonts used. Copy. The images will be separate layers in a program like Photoshop. And you're going to go back and forth, trying to get that short sentence nice and short and everything like that. So that's just one of the things that you'll have to keep in mind. So it will probably be challenging at times writing at an 8th grade level, but in order for optimal indexing, that's what you got to do. So we're going to hit submit, and then so I'm going to elaborate on how to build websites. So let's see here. Let's go. A web developer knows how to build websites. They use an HTML editor, right? They use an HTML editor and create a layout in HTML. And then they look at graphics from an image and make it interactive. This image is called a mock-up, and it becomes a website. Okay? So there you go. And then you scroll down, you hit submit. Now you start seeing how the article is taking shape, You have your H2 headings, and then it keeps working from there. So let's talk about web development and design. Web development and design is the creation process. Okay? First, a website is designed, and then it is developed. Okay? There's a mock-up process created with the images. All right? Let's get that in there. And then finally, for the fourth sentence, we'll say, then there is a development process described as like above. Okay? And then just hit submit. All right, so here we go. Now we have this entire article, right? Web development strategy, website, introduction, web development. We could go ahead and read the whole article, but you'll notice here's our introduction, then an overview, what we're going to talk about. We talk about what is the web development strategy. Notice here we got an image, all right? And notice whenever I hold it over my mouse over, it says web development strategy. You know, whenever I hover it over this next one, website designer, I hover it over this one, how to build websites, then web development design. These are called the title tags. So here we can see that our article has 1,886 characters and there's 218 words. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to name our images on our computer before uploading to our server. Okay, so you'll go to your website to upload these images, but I provided names that you need to name your file names. Now, it could be JPEG, GIF, PNG, or some other file, but you want to make sure that you get that keyword in there like this, web-development-strategy, website-designer, and so on and so forth. This is the way that you want to do it. And then you want to optimize your images before you upload them to your website. Make them like 500 pixels. That's pretty much optimal. That equals out to be about 1.667 inches. Okay? Okay, so now let me show you the image process. Now you'll notice if I bring this over here, I have 4 images here. Notice this one, web development strategy, I have web development strategy. Website designer, I have website designer here. How to build websites, I have that here. Now the last one here, I'm going to show you how to change the names on these. What you want to do is you want to take the first part of this, okay? Copy, because the .jpeg, it could be a PNG file or a GIF, but what you want to do is go right here, and wherever you're going to change the name, change that file name like that, okay? And then the next thing you want to do is you want to optimize these images before upload, okay? Now you can do this in Photoshop, GIMP, or Paint, or whatever you have on your computer there. Right now, I'm going to just open. I'm going to open it with a Microsoft Office 2010, so I could just show you what I'm talking about here. So here's Microsoft Office 2010. Let me go ahead and shrink this down so I could get everything in here, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And you could do this in Paint or just about any other image editor program. See where it says edit pictures? I get this little thing coming up. Now I want to resize it, right? I want to width. See, this is 1024. That's too big. I'm going to make it 500 pixels. All right, and then I just click OK. See how it just shrinks down the whole image, right? And then I could actually compress the pictures for the web, right? In this program, it's a pretty good little program, and then save it. Okay, so it's saving that for me so that whenever I upload it, it's already optimized for the web, and I'll do the same thing with the other 2, or the other 3 rather. Okay, so now I just got done optimizing the other 3, and I just want to show you something real quick here. Now you notice this 27.4 kilobytes compared to 817 kilobytes. So I took that image down quite a bit, because optimizing your images is a good thing to do. Your website loads faster. It's not going to be as cumbersome when people bring it up on mobile browsers, that maybe don't have a powerful processor on them. They're going to be able to still see your images. Where the next guy that's, hey, still having that 817 kilobytes, almost a megabyte, they're going to have a harder time loading his, right? 1000 by 800. This one here is 500 by 5 or 420 by 336. So we're going to go ahead and delete those images, just like that there. Now what you want to do before you continue on right here is upload these images to your media, right? So what we'll do is we'll come over here and wherever your website is, click Add New. And this is how you do it in WordPress. You might be on a Zen card or Open card or whatever. But just take these images and upload them to your server. Okay. Now you'll notice, see the file names? They're exactly our keyword phrases that we're going to be including into our post here. So I'm going to go here and click Edit and bring this up. Now all I really want is this URL string. Okay. Copy. And so let me go down here. You can see that we have a little editor now because now it's time for you to expand upon what you've created. And you can actually expand this just like this here, right? So you have a great big thing to work with. Now we're going to go to this first image placeholder, right? And then we're going to come up here to where it says the image, and that would be this little icon right here. And basically all you want to change is that little, how to build websites. Okay, this is the way it looks. Now you can put a width and height, but we've already determined the width and height that we need for it. Okay, so then you just, let me put it back up here, click OK, and you'll see that your image appears. All right, so the next one that we're going to deal with is this one here. We're going to make sure that you're putting the right ones in there. And let's go ahead and grab that next URL. Okay, close this one out. They got the URLs over here. Copy. And let's go ahead and change this picture. So we'll put that URL to that particular picture in there. You see it appear. Click OK. So that picture's updated. Go to the next one. And continue the same process over and over again until you have all your pictures in, like I do right here. Okay, so once you have that on that full screen thing, you're going to want to remember to come back and click this button that will minimize the screen for you. So you'll be back to viewing the entire web page. And then what you want to do is you want to hit submit. Okay, now that'll bring you to this page right here where you get to preview and preview your article. Okay. And you come down through here, and then you can look at your article. Okay. Now right here is the most important part. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new post. Now we already have the code and everything done. So right away we want to grab this title, right click, copy. Now notice I'm going to do this on A1 Website Pro. I'm going to create a new post. Okay. I'm going to paste it right in here. And then I'm going to, this entire code, Control A, Control C, and then I got to make sure I'm on the text. I don't want to be on the visual side of my text editor. I want to be on the text side, right? And I want to paste that entire code in there just like that, okay? And if I go to the visual side of it, you'll see, I'll be able to check everything out. Then what you want to do is you want to come over here, you want to categorize it, you want to tag it, with the appropriate tags. I'm going to go ahead and do that now and set the featured image, and then I'm going to hit publish. Okay, now that I have my whole code laid out, I got my tags. What do you think my tags are? Well, they're my keyword phrases: web development strategy, web designer, how to build websites, and web development and design. I chose a couple categories here that just make sense. The web development, website. See, there's web development, website, and so on and so forth. So I got my categories set, I have my tags set, I have a good search engine optimized article. Now I'm ready to publish it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click publish, just like that. I can click OK because I have a spell checker that goes over it. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this article right now. We're going to go to my Google Search Console and we're going to submit this article after it comes out. So let me click View Post. I'll be able to see it on the front end of my website. Okay. So right away here we have our keyword phrase and everything like that. Now I want to take this entire URL up until that slash, right? Copy it, and I'm going to go to the Google Search Console. Let me go over here, type in Google Search Console, just like that. And if you did like I did, I made this particular page my home page because it has everything that I need on it, where it says make this your home page. so you could submit your URL to the search engines, to Google and Bing. And so I'm going to select the property, A1 Website Pro, and I'm coming right here. I'm going to paste in my the last part of my URL. I'm going to search it for desktop. I want Google to do that, and then I'm going to do it one more time, but this time I'm going to hit smartphone, just like this. My next thing to do is to come here, submit to index, crawl only this, yes, submit to index, crawl only this URL. Now within a few minutes we'll be ranking for our keywords if everything was done properly. Okay, so what you'll want to do is come back to your article, grab this title, whether it be a product or a post or a service that you provide, and you want to search Google for that particular post, right? And so right now we're still waiting for Google to index it since we just did it, but we'll be coming back here and refreshing this and just seeing where we rank in the page. Okay, now we can see if we scroll down on the page that there we are, you know, A1 Website Pro on the first page of Google just by using that little tool. See here, we're on the first page of Google. And we're ranking pretty good. We're like 4th or 5th on there. So we click on that link, and it brings us to our page, you know, where we're ranking for our keyword phrases. All right, so that's how you do it, and that's how you use the tool. Thank you. This is Max with A1 Website Pro.